Just put it by my daddy.
Guys, a question. You're doing story. Oh, forgot. Thank you. You know what? Let me go grab one.
So they put out the Santa was it for and then we just set up it's 5 to 7. Pharaoh from the heavens on high. Out. 10 plagues in Egypt land hurt so much made Pharaoh cry. 10 plagues in Egypt land. Swarms of locusts ate the crops. 10 plagues in Egypt land. Hard-headed Pharaoh just wouldn't stop. No. 10 plagues in Egypt land. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plagues in Egypt land. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plagues in Egypt land. Dark descended in the light of the day. 10 plagues in Egypt land. Pharaoh was lost, couldn't find his way. 10 plagues in Egypt land. Firstborn, fine with woe. 10 plagues in Egypt land. Finally Pharaoh let the people go. 10 plagues in Egypt land. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plagues in Egypt land. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plagues in Egypt land. All right,
Boker Tov!
Boker Tov!
The Haggadah is already coming to life for us. It is now a pleasure to invite up our wonderful emissaries who are going to be sharing some of their experiences in Pesach with all of us. Come on up, guys.
Hi everyone.
Is it on?
Hi everyone.
Hi, good morning.
My name is Tam.
And my name is Laz.
It's already said we'll be the emissaries. We come here once a month and we join the children here. Well, Pesach in Israel is a bit different than it's here because we're all on vacation, which is the most fun part because it's a long vacation and it's a wonderful time with the family. We can go hiking. It's spring, and spring is not so iffy as it is here. Not snow in April.
It's pretty warm.
And about the Seder, so my family is huge. My father's side is more than 40 people, and each one of us, each part of the family is observing things a bit differently. So during the Seder, when someone reads the Haggadah, sometimes some people read it a bit differently because we're half Sephardic, half Ashkenazi. Some people read it longer, some people read it shorter. Some people continue reading after we eat, some people don't. And it's actually a very nice experience seeing what people eat, what food people bring from their homes, because again, different traditions in the family. And it's just fun, it's all the family together. And that's it.
And in my family, we are a very huge family too. And we read all the Haggadah, because I came from a Salty house, so we read all the Haggadah, it's very long. And we have a very cool tradition. After we finish the Haggadah, each one of us need to say how the freedom came in our life, and which way he wants to be free in their life, and that's it. And we eat a lot of food, and we sing a song together, and each one of us, like the family, need to read a part from the Haggadah, so their children enjoy it, and we're looking for the Afikoman, so it's a really fun part for the children, and that's it. Thank you very much.
Said about the command that my grandparents promised me bicycle for like 10 years now, and I never got.
That's it. Do you want to teach us a song about spring?
Oh, who's doing it now?
Of course, yes.
We're not very good at singing, so we have a speaker, but we'll teach you the song. do you have a speaker here we can use our phones? Or do we have our own?
Okay.
Sounds loud.
Okay, so the song called איך יודעים שבאוויר. And
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this song talks about the Passover and spring together. So the song is the chorus is Simcha Rabba, Simcha Rabba, Aviv Higia Pesach Haba, which is Simcha is happiness and spring is come, Pesach is come. So can we all start with that like Simcha Rabba, Aviv Higia Pesach Haba.
just clap your hands and be like that. שמחה רבה,
Simcha Rabba,
Aviv Higia Pesach Haba.
Okay?
Let's try this.
You can do without. Let me see.
You don't need music.
Let's sing. Okay.
Okay, ready?
Simcha Rabba, Simcha
Rabba,
The next two words are Hallelujah, Hallelujah,
Okay.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah.
Okay? Can wait.
Yeah.
I've been saying it in a long time.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Miluki sabe egozim. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Miluki sabe egozim. Okay? And again, Simcha Rabba, Simcha Rabba. Okay, we get this.
Okay?
And try.
Okay. Simcha Rabba, Simcha Rabba, Aviv Higia Pesach Haba, Simcha Rabba, Simcha Rabba, Aviv Higia Pesach Haba.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Miluki sabe egozim. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Miluki sabe egozim.
Simcha Rabba, Simcha Rabba, Aviv Higia Pesach Haba, Simcha Rabba, Simcha Rabba, Aviv Higia Pesach Haba. תפרו לי בגד עם כיסים. Okay? It's a bit hard. So,
Let's try. This last sentence.
תפרו, תפרו לי בגד עם כיסים.
Tafuli. Yeah.
בגד עם כיסים. Okay? שמחה רבה, שמחה רבה, אביב הגיע פסח בא, שמחה רבה, שמחה רבה, אביב הגיע פסח בא. תפרו לי בגד עם כיסים. תפרו לי בגד עם כיסים. שמחה רבה, שמחה רבה, אביב הגיע פסח בא, שמחה רבה, שמחה רבה, אביב הגיע פסח בא. Okay, so the chorus is like saying how happy we are that spring is coming and Pesach is coming, and the lines are, the first one is like praise that my pocket is full of nuts because it's spring, and the second one is about that like the 40 beginning kissing means they made me pants with pockets, like clothing with pockets. That's it's an old song. It's very old.
Yeah.
For the nuts.
Yeah, for
It's
the
very
nuts.
old, but everyone knows this song.
בבקשה.
Yeah.
תודה רבה. Can we all say תודה רבה?
תודה
Thank you. Okay, so the next next up, we're going to start the parts of our Seder. The very first part is, anybody know? We got the Gul Kadesh. So Evelyn and David are going to come up, yes, for Kiddush. The Seder of the Seder. Wait, what does that mean, the Seder of the Seder? What does Seder mean? Order. Yes, thank you. Seder means order. So we're going to be starting at the beginning, which is a very good place to start. Thank you, Mara, Evelyn, and Laura, David. Thank you. So, in Kadesh, anytime we have that root word, Kadesh, Kadosh, Kiddush, Kaddish, Kiddusha, it has to do with holiness. And so we start our Seder with a blessing over the wine, with the juice, and that helps us create a feeling of holiness. And the next part is going to be a cleansing, or chatz is the next part of the Seder. And what do you think we're washing off when we wash our hands? What are we washing off at a Seder? What do you think?
Like, maybe like when we're like getting, like maybe that's like all of the dirt and grime from the labor in Egypt.
Ooh, oh, that's a beautiful interpretation. The dirt and grime from all the labor in Egypt. Nice. What do you think, Mr. Mustache?
Pathogens.
Pathogens. Yes, if we have any pathogens, though of course we're not using soap. But we're gonna go with pathogens. What else? What else might we be washing off? What do you think? Maybe germs, right? And interestingly enough, there are times in Jewish history where because we have ritual hand washing, we didn't get sick at times where other people around us got sick. And so at the very, very beginning, we wash our hands. There's not a blessing said for this one, though there is a blessing later. There's a second time we wash our hands. And we use a very special cup, usually one that has two handles. So, yeah, weird, right? It has two handles so that you can switch it back and forth easily between your two hands. Da, 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 like this, right? And it allows you to rinse both hands easily. And there's a way, some people like to do it with like 3 little pours on each hand. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And so I like the idea of washing off the day, maybe washing off the year. Because you know springtime is here and the winter is past, and so, or almost, and so we're just starting a new year. Yeah? It is for this purpose?
Expressly for that.
Wow. Mirabelina is very prepared. So, we've washed it off, right? Now, after we washed our hands, and we started to think about spring, lo and behold, I have a plate of something. Parsley. Karpas is what we call it during the service. Karpas. And I like to think about, what does the parsley kind of look like when you hold it up? A tree. Or broccoli. Yes. Right? So it kind of looks like a tree. And just this morning when I was walking to the synagogue, I noticed little buds starting on the trees. Maybe the leaves are starting to come back. And so the parsley can be symbolic of the fact that spring is here. Aviv Hagia. Spring is coming. What do you think about when you think about spring? What do you think about, Jack?
Oh, those like little flowers, you know? Like tiny white ones.
Oh, the tiny little white flowers that start to appear everywhere. Yeah. What else? the animals who maybe were hiding or hibernating, keeping warm, they're going to be out and about some more. Yeah, Noah.
I think of trees with like flowers on them and flower petals everywhere.
Flower petals, right? If we have cherry blossoms or magnolia trees and they start having beautiful petals everywhere, right?
Summer.
But summer is coming after spring, absolutely. That's kind of the cool thing about seasons, is they keep moving around. Yeah.
Birds chirping.
Did you hear the birds start chirping over the last few days? Right? It's so nice.
Baseball season starting.
Baseball season, some of us really like that part. The sun, and today we have a lot of sun. So when we have the karpas in our service, it's for springtime. And we dip it usually in something. What do we dip it in? Yeah, is that this one? Ah. Oh, so we dip this. And why do we dip it in? What do we dip it in and why?
We dip it in raw water and tears
Tears.
of the slaves
Tears of the slaves. Why did they cry?
because they were forced to build.
Forced to build their lives by Pharaoh. Excellent, you know this story well. They were forced to build by Pharaoh, and they were very, very sad. And so when we dip in the tears, what are we supposed to be thinking about? If that's what the water represents. Yeah. Slaves in Egypt, and what else? So we're thinking about the slaves in Egypt, but why are we going to then, do this act? What do you think? Ooh, nice. To remind us there are still some people who are slaves. So I want you all to say the blessing with me over the greens, which is Borei Pri Ha Adama, right? For fruit of the ground. So let's say the blessing together. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei Pri Ha Adama. I love parsley. And then, so we have Kadesh or Chatz. Karpas Yachatz is the next part of the Seder, which is where we break the Big Matzah. And there are three. And they have different purposes. And the middle one, we break, and we put a part of it aside. What are we putting it aside for? What is it? The afikomen. What is afikomen? What do we do with that? What is it? The grown-ups hide it and the children have to find it. And what do you get if you find it? A prize. At our congregational Seder on the second night of Passover, if you join us, we will be hiding an afikomen, or actually maybe a few afikomens, and you too can get a prize if you come and join us. So we hide it so that we can find it later. So now we get to go on to our next part of the Seder. Where we're at, Eric. We're up to you. The second cup.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei Pri Ha
Amen. The next part of our Seder is Magid. Magid, which is the same root word as Haggadah. And what is Haggadah? What? What's the Haggadah? I don't know. What's the Haggadah with you? It's the book. But what is it? Why is it called a Haggadah? Why is it not just called Sefer, which means book? What specifically is part of it? Tell us more, Ellen.
Because it's about Passover and the story of Passover.
It's telling the story of Passover. It means telling, right? We're all going to share the story. We're not just supposed to read it and then go, and then put it back in our pocket, but we're supposed to tell it. We're supposed to relive it. So the Magid part is the telling of the story. And we have a bunch of our classes helping out with this part of our story. And the really neat thing is we are always supposed to ask questions. So if you're sitting at your Seder this year and you have a question about something, guess what you should do?
Ask it.
Ask it. Don't be shy. Right? It's all about asking questions. And I understand that our Arava group is ready with the 4 questions. Come and ask us your questions.
Usher, throw up.
That was beautiful. So who remembers what some of those 4 questions are? What are some of the things we notice at a Seder that are different? Well, let's hear from you guys. What were the 4 questions in English?
The first one was, why do we eat matzah?
So, yeah, one of them is why do we eat matzah? Okay. Why do we eat matzah? Yes.
To celebrate when they had a trip to travel the continent sea, and they're making bread and
Right, excellent. So, right, our ancestors, they had to get out. Pharaoh finally said, you can go, like this wonderful song that we sang with Marabelinda. At the very, very end, after the 10 plagues, Pharaoh said, we can finally leave. And we didn't have time. We didn't want to risk Pharaoh changing his mind because he did. He was going to change his mind. So we grabbed the bread out of the oven and it hadn't risen yet. So it's flat and crunchy. And we eat matzah. Okay, what else? What's another question in the 4 questions?
why do we dip our vegetables twice?
So why do we dip our vegetables twice, right? And it says, on most nights we don't even dip once, although I do. I love dipping things in that. Same with you, right? Who else is a dipper? You know, especially like a nice bialy in your chicken soup. Okay. So we have to dip twice. What's one time? I'll give you a hint. Carcass in the salt water. What's the other time? What's the other time we dip? Yes. Some people do use celery, yes, and they'll mix celery or lettuce with something else. Well, the horseradish part, and there's another yummy dish that we mix it with.
Oh, we dip our fingers in wine.
We do dip our fingers in wine, that's true, but this is a time where we're mixing a vegetable with something that represents the mortars and the bricks. Haroset, that's our second time. All right, and then what are the other 2 questions? Morgan?
Why do we relax?
Yeah, why do we slouch in our chairs or lean over instead of sitting up straight, right? Or even like squatting quickly to eat. So, and why do we do that? Yes.
Because Pharaoh and all of the other rulers used to sit like that, so now
We're free, so we can sit however we want. Yes, and the fourth question?
Is it like Mount Maror?
Maror. Why do we eat these bitter herbs? We're on Belinda says yes. The rabbi lost track. So yes, that's right.
We were out of order.
We were out of order.
That's why.
This whole thing. No, okay, so beautiful, and thank you for chanting them so beautifully for us. And now we're going to learn about, we had 4 questions. Here's another number 4 that's in the Seder. The 4 children with heart.
I just have. I just have. What are these songs?
Testing, we are good. Regular orders, wise, wicked, simple. Wise choice.
I am the one who does not know how to ask. I can't do anything, not even one little task. Everything is hard. I don't know what it means. I wish I could be the wise child. He's just so keen. I'm too afraid to ask, what's this, what's that? I'm just so done with everyone thinking that I am dumb. All those questions inside my head, I wish that I could ask them. Why does this have to be such a drag? Here are the questions inside my head. I know we eat matzah, but why on this night? Why did the Pharaoh put up a fight? What are the 10 plagues? I wish I knew. I can barely locate the Red Sea, which must have swam through.
Matzah.
I am the wicked child. Today is Passover, where we celebrate the end of our slavery. 9 and 10, I don't remember how many plagues shook this here ground. I remember the sound that the Egyptians made when darkness spread throughout the bad land. The person who made these must be wicked, just like me. All I really know is that you spread butter on this thin bread. Nothing is in my head. Who's the being who led her dead? What did spring bring? I don't care whether Moses made Pharaoh let some people go. Do I care? No. Jews have fears just like salt water might be for cheers. Yo, I gotta go. Book it out!
I am the simple child. The 10 plagues were very one. After Moses had let my people go, but Pharaoh still said no. I am the simple child. I ask this question because I already know. Today on Passover night, a long time ago there was a plague. The Jews ran away from Egypt. Pharaoh ran after them, not by ship. The Jews crossed the sea but still open, and Pharaoh followed the command. I asked questions and started to wonder as the sky was like stars sometimes. I wondered, but still can't find the answer. And the wise child is more of an answer. Matzah.
I am the wise child. I know everything. I can't be the spring child. He's just too mild. I know that Passover is in the spring. I know the 10 plagues.
I know that the landlord is X on the door. I know that the matzah doesn't fully bake, and I know more. I know everything. It's inside my head. I know that salt water is for tears.
And I even know who Moses led. The Jews had fears. The firstborn died. And the Pharaoh said no. All the Jews cried.
Let my people go. Matzah.
No, we're last.
Okay. So, we have all of these terrible things happening to the Israelites, and finally Moses said, okay, I gotta take care of this. I gotta go see that wicked Pharaoh. You guys are all going to be Moses, or Moses/Israelites here. So we're going to be talking to Pharaoh, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. You guys are going to repeat after me. Pharaoh, 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 Pharaoh. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Pharaoh, 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 Pharaoh. Let people go. No more heavy, heavy burdens, no more slavery, no more heavy, heavy burdens, no. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Pharaoh, Pharaoh, you gotta let my people go. No more hungry bellies, no more slavery, no more hungry bellies, no. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Pharaoh, Pharaoh, you gotta let my people go. No more screaming and yelling, no more slavery, no more screaming and yelling, no. Last time, Pharaoh, Pharaoh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Pharaoh, Pharaoh, you gotta let my people go.
Okay. It was the whole. All right, so now we have Kivvun coming to teach us about the 10 plagues.
Because Pharaoh didn't let us go, did he?
Not quite yet.
Foreshadowing.
Come on.
Foreshadowing, all right?
So we have this little presentation, and everybody has two roles. I'm the narrator, I'm also a cow. I look like one, but I will when no one drives. They're a chorus, but each of them also has individual parts. And thank you to Ethan for jumping in this morning on short notice and playing part of the Pharaoh. Ben Mercer practiced this, and it was wonderful. He hated it at first, but then he really enjoyed it. And unfortunately, he got sick yesterday. So here we go. Once upon a time,
A long time ago.
there was a desert.
Actually, the desert is still there.
In the middle of the desert,
It's a very nice desert. Nice and sandy.
there was a great, broad river.
With crocodiles and hippopotamus. And a little baby in a basket that was made in China.
The great river flooded every year, and left lots of mud behind. Our Hebrew-speaking ancestors called this place Mizraim, and our English-speaking map makers call it Egypt. And in Egypt, all the men had to work a few days every year to keep the river in control and bring water to the soil when the mud dried out. And that way, there were grains and greens for everyone.
Ooh, dig a canal, grains and greens. It's all soaping up. Grains and greens. Where's my cheeseburger? Yeah, where's my cheeseburger?
Ignore them. One man said he was in control of all of this, even the great river.
Pharaoh! By the way, he's afraid of the dark.
Who's telling the story?
We are. And then the Pharaoh was afraid of foreign enemies and was sure that our ancient ancestors would
God of the sun.
And our ancestors had to make bricks and build and build.
Where's my cheeseburger?
God heard and made a really impressive entrance, huge, magnificent appearance to Moses out in the wilderness, and sent Moses to announce 10 terrible, insulting catastrophes.
You'll turn the river into blood? Sure thing, little brother. Why don't you come down to the river with me in the morning?
In the morning, Pharaoh went down to the river to draw its water, and praised himself as the great master of all of Egypt, and poured a ceremonial soil on the water.
It's so great to meet you.
He is so great. He is so great. He is so great.
God, smack with the porcupine. Who did this? Why did I fire those chemists from the River Protection Agency? Make them stop now.
You'll be sorry now that you messed up the farm.
You tried to kill every baby boy of the people of Israel. But look now, Almighty One, your great symbol of birth keeps rising up from the river, more and more and more, and you cannot stop them. Froggies, 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 froggies. Froggies make a child. And lice too. Yum, delicious. Big, fat, blood-sucking, yellow, squishy lice in your hair, in your nose. Here, have some.
I'm the great and mighty Pharaoh. I will not be frightened by stupid little tricks and itchy lice.
Well, wait.
And wild animals terrorized the audience, and the great and mighty Pharaoh did nothing to protect them. The funniest beast of them all, the massive, mutant cow! It was so terrifying, so utterly ridiculous, that the chorus almost died of laughter. And then Moses lifted his hockey stick, and the cow died. All of the cows died, even as the great Egyptian god Apis, the bull-headed god, fell over dead as a bill in Congress.
There were no cheeseburgers anywhere in the land of Egypt, and no milkshakes either.
And all the people of Egypt suffered. Their skin before bubbled. Their skin bubbled and split. Gross, oily blobs of skin pus.
You guys have boils?
Growing as we speak. Break it open. Ew, gross.
No, I will still not let you go. It's great to be me. A good thunderstorm will clear the air of all this nonsense.
Boom! Crash! Bang!
It's a golf ball! This is outrageous! This is outrageous. Don't cross this wall slow.
No, not so much lightning. No, I'm not afraid of lightning. Look, I will walk out into the hail. Of course, it's so great to see you.
All hail the mighty Pharaoh.
I will protect myself under his great leadership. I will protect myself under this great leafy tree.
You'll be sorry.
Oh, grasshopper, there are so many of you. Of course.
And millions of locusts settled on a tree and ate all of its leaves and moved on tree to tree, and there was nowhere that the Pharaoh could find any green thing.
The sun god will help me.
But Adonai brought complete darkness to all of Egypt for 3 whole days. It was worse than hiding under a blanket in the middle of a Connecticut blizzard. In Egypt, the electric lights that had not been invented yet all went out.
I am not afraid of the dark. I am not afraid of the dark. I am not afraid of the dark. Oh please, oh please, oh please, bring back the light. I will do anything. You can even go free.
But it's so great to be Pharaoh that he just up and changed his mind, and that was a big mistake. You'll be sorry.
He should get everyone a cheeseburger.
On the night when the moon was full and all the people of Israel smeared blood on their doorposts and ate roast lamb for dinner, poor lambs, all the firstborn of Egypt died. You're dead!
Are you the first or
You just watch everyone die. Oh, you need to watch the firstborn die.
Is it not of my father?
Most of us.
I'm the firstborn of my mother.
I'm second.
No, it's not yet.
It's not yet.
Oh, my God. Oh, it's
You're
the end.
dead.
We're done. Thank you.
Still want the cheeseburger. Here we go.
And now Ya'ar and Midbar are going to be explaining the symbols of the Seder play. Y'all ready? Here's number 1. Read number 1. Read number 1.
This parsley represents spring. We dip it in salt water to remind us of the years of slaves. Beta, the roast egg, represents the temple sacrifice.
Mirror, the horseradish, represents the bitterness of slavery.
Baroa, the lamb bone, represents the lamb sacrifice to prevent the plague. Haroset, the apple mixture, represents the mortar and brick slaves made.
Harzat, the lettuce, another bitter herb to represent the bitterness of slavery. There are other things can add to the steamer plate, like an orange to represent GBTQ. Use a potato to represent the extent or a triangle to represent president.
Beautiful, thank you so much. So now we have our next Kiddush blessing with Moran Jackie and Moran Karen. Amen. Thank you. So that was the third cup. And now is when we would be finding the afikomen, but we've spoken about it.
Right, and you guys will find your piece of an afikomen at the very end, right?
Woohoo.
We will have our search at the end of our.
Awesome. Can't wait. And now Olim is coming up to talk about
This is how I met my Messiah. Take one and see. Eat your matzo ball soup, Rachel.
No, Dad, I don't like matzo ball soup. All I hear all day long is how great matzo ball soup is, or how wonderful matzo brie is. Matzo, matzo, matzo.
Boy, babe, here we go again.
All right, that's enough. We were trying to have a lovely dinner.
Fine.
Fine. Go get your grandpa, David. He's gotta be here too.
Grandpa, it's time for dinner.
Well, I could have done that.
What's all this racket? When would you shut that dog up?
Grandpa, leave Dave alone.
Should I We nailed that.
That was awesome. So, how many cups of wine do we have left? One. Let's all say it together. Maranatha Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen l'chaim.
So that concludes this year's version of Kivvun Living Haggadah. Instructions. 1. All of the younger Kivvunites, you have a piece of the Afikomen, happens to be Shepherd's Afikomen, hidden in your rooms. So I'm going to, in just a moment, you guys are going to go find your piece of Afikomen, then come back to the social hall for our Matzah Shmir. And wishing everybody a decent day from your speakers.
Gosh, don't laugh at me because I held it up. Not this
Wait, who wrote that? Yeah.
Yep, pizzas are eaten on the table.
Oh, thank you so much.
You want to do it now?
Ping pong balls on the floor. Took me, the things we take for granted. So, I had selected the band to play the part because we figured it used to be playing. 3 boys, he has the best attendance. I could rely on him to be here. And it never occurred to me that, you think you take for granted with kids. He didn't understand that, the actor and the role are 2 different things.
And if I don't,
In any way, boastful, arrogant. And so here, so great to be with. As if I refrain, his character's right. And he was really upset and thought that I had chosen him for the part because I thought that's the way he was. And when I explained it to him, he said, no, I chose you because I knew you would be here. And because also you have the self-confidence to pretend to be somebody that you're not. Right? And then he suddenly understood. So he actually really had a part. Just, and Ethan was basically sight reading it.
I guess that's a great compromise.
Yeah.
Intellectual, capability. And it's funny because, we were talking to Lisa because you got it in the high school, the IB program, and part of the IB program is taking the theatrical class, which you said you didn't want to take. So,
Need that? If they've been looking at that in the window. Okay, great. Yeah, of course. They're always going with it, always. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, February. Yeah. Where was the dog?
We're here in June, mid-June, and she's going to start the camp.
Joy. In Rhode Island. Yeah.
And I'm doing everything from the US. I don't have time for biking. Me and another.
It's already.
Wow.
Crazy.